What you're about to hear today is the story of how music started in Adara land. Before the fame, before the recognition, there was a man who took the first step. Today in our studio, we sit with this man. Welcome to Adara Connect TV Podcast, where we tell our stories, we preserve our culture, we shaped our future. My name is Marvin Daniel, your host, and today we are making a history. Joining me is the legend, the pioneer of music in Adara land. Sir, you are highly welcome to our studio.
Hello viewers, my name is Yakubu Umaru, but popularly known as Adaraba. That's my music name.
You are all welcome, Daddy. Yes. My first question to you is this. Let's go back to the beginning of how music started. How does music started in your own way in Adara land?
Music started in Adara land in the early 1990s. I was listening to other artists from different tribes, and I just felt at least Adara too should have music in their language. And that is how I start planning, and by the grace of God, was able to kickstart music in Adara land.
Okay. So will I be right to say that as of that time, there was no any record with the name Adara?
As far as I know, except if I don't know, there was no any album in Adara land by that time.
Okay. So what are the music that Adara people normally enjoy as of then?
They were just using their local instruments, the drums, the local guitars, and every other local thing they use at that time during their celebrations.
Okay. So at that time, what inspired you to start this journey, knowing fully that nothing like that is in Adara land?
I just felt at least my people too should have an album or songs in their language. I knew it was a tedious journey, but I made up my mind, and God actually helped me out.
Okay. So when you started your journey into musical, do people believe in you?
Yes, hence they had nothing by that time. There was no album that was in Adara language. So I want to mark myself that I was doing just the best, because they have no other. And so they just had to go with me.
Yeah.
And I'm so sure I was doing just my best, and the message was there.
Okay. So I would like you to be honest to us in this particular studio. Have anybody ever tried to stop you in this journey, in the cost?
Well, I don't think so. That somebody maybe tried to stop me. I don't think I've come in contact, except if the person was doing it spiritually or hiding and doing it that I myself did not actually see. But I think I've been celebrated by the people of Adara.
That's great. And I remember back then when I was growing up, I used to hear the music, and I really loved the music. Okay, as a pioneer of Adara music, because presently in the history, and I've never had anybody that have recorded any song in Adara except you. As a pioneer of Adara music, what were the difficult moments that you have faced in life?
Yes, as usual, to enter a studio, it's not just to enter and start singing. You have to agree with the studio man on an amount you need to pay. And by that time, the money was not there. So actually it was very difficult. The zeal was there, the desire was there, but the money. But actually God helped me, because I remember I have to do the work halfway, and the studio manager was now saying, "Oga, where are your money now? You have gone a little far. Please pay us before you can continue with your work." And like I've been telling many people, that's a man I picked part of the work that time too, Mr. Danladi Yarima, blessed memory. And take it to his office, he listened to it, he said, "Wow, so we can have a song in Adara language. We can have music in Adara language." And I said, "Of course." And he asked me, "How much does it cost to finish the work?" And I remember that time he paid the bill. And so difficult to forget a person like that, because he make my dream come true.
We really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Daddy.
Yes.
So I would like to know, can you remember your first song?
Well, I want to remember my first album.
Okay.
Because like I tell many people, the songs are many, and sometimes I find it difficult to even remember many of them. Somebody may be singing, I'll just remember, say, so I did this song. But I remember one of the songs of the first album, and that is Miso Wenaronam Ashama, pleading to God to touch our youth, men, women, to stop the evil life they are living, and then come to the light and do what will help them or enhance their life.
Thank you very much. How can you compare today music and the olden days music?
Well, the truth is that we were so touched by the messages, and anytime we want to sing, it's like looking at the situation of people, the challenges, and then we'll bring out an album or a song. Unlike today, that is the beat that takes the whole stage. I went to a concert, and the intro, they have not even started singing, and people were jumping. And then I just asked them a question. I said, you would have waited to hear what the man is saying. Maybe the song may end up to be Obanka Waka. So you would have waited. But just because the beat was hot, strong and powerful, they start jumping. Unlike us, it was the message. I remember I never have what was the best track. Yes. I never, like today, you need to put your strong and best track as the first track. But that time, every track was meaningful because the messages was there. I remember after my first album, somebody asked me, say, what will you sing again? You have almost sing the whole message, so will you sing an album again? I say yes. And thank God till today, the messages are still floating.
Thank you very much, Daddy. Thank you very much. Okay, there is this song that I really loved. I don't know if you can sing it for us live here in the studio. And I have a guitar also here. If you can make use of our instruments, I don't know. But this song is Bani kashureke ni kohuzu yo eya yo Bani kashureke ni kohuzu yo. I so much love that song. I don't know if I will get the honor to listen to that particular video, and I believe our viewer out there, they also would like to listen to that.
It's one of the songs I used to sing because most of the time I discovered there's a lot of disunity among the Adara people.
That's it.
And so I think I have a lot of songs that has to do with unity and oneness in the land of Adara. So I still remember, because I know the songs of unity, but I'm sure what I'll sing now should be the one. Bakeni boshura keke Adara niyo, Bakeni boshura keke Adara niyo, eni bakuhuzu. Ea Bakeni boshura keke Adara niyo, Bakeni boshura keke Adara niyo, eni bakuhuzu. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Okay. The reason why I love this song, because almost all your songs I've been following, I've been listening, there is no any song that is not tally towards uniting the Adara, towards educating the Adara in terms of farming, in terms of business, in terms of work, in terms of unity, in terms of even our chiefdom that was taken. I so much love that song, Sarautan Adara, and so many of them. I really loved that particular song. So let's come back. Following the track of your music as a father of music in Adara land, what will you have to tell us about the upcoming artists and the ones behind you that comes after you? What will you tell the audience based on your observation?
Yes, the young ones that are coming and are already on board, I want to encourage them to stand strong, that the journey is not actually easy. I have passed through, and I've also seen things working. I've seen myself walking along the streets of Kaduna even without a bicycle, until when I had somebody just call me and say, here is a machine. And that machine took me 10 years. I was running and singing and launching albums until another person, I remember that's late Dr. Everton, that just came to one of the launching and dropped a car for me. And that was the first car I started riding. And I had the second one from Honorable Mesango. So I'm just saying this to encourage the ones that are coming, that it's just a matter of time. If they remain strong, one day their dream will come true and they will have a time to celebrate.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Right now, I don't know if you can tell us, because there are so many out there. They used to hear Adaraba. They know that Adaraba is Adara. But some don't really know a little about your biography. That's your hometown. Because definitely, me that I'm seated here, I represent my hometown, which is Karamai. So if I do bad, that name is going back to my home. If I do good, same name is going back to my home. So I would like you to tell our audience where you come from and which religion are you, and the little background about yourself, so that your viewers will be able to understand you a little bit more down to your hometown.
Well, I'm from Ngwangamu in Maro Ward. I schooled in Kufana primary school. We used to trek from Ngwangamu to Kufana and moved to Fadankaje, and then from there I moved to Zaria. So I've had time to schooled. My father was a Muslim, my mother a Muslim. When I went to school, it was a choice. So I moved from Islam to Christianity. I think that's the little. I work in some places until finally I move out. And I think what I'm doing now is evangelical work and my music.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daddy. So as a pioneer of Adara music in Adara land, whenever you listen to today's music in Adara, do you feel like shedding tears because we are losing it, or you feel proud because we are keeping the culture alive?
Yes, I think I feel happy. Like I used to tell many people, I was the only person by that time that was either singing or releasing albums in Adara language. If you have a wedding, you want a live band, it was always Adaraba and Adaraba. And I used to crack some jokes that sometimes I thought I was a witch because I was doing what no other person could do. But today is a different story because I know we have, if not up to 100 or 200 artists now that sings in Adara. And I'm alive to see that. So I think I'm so happy and fortunate to be alive to see the seeds I put on the ground growing and doing great and wonderfully.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate. Okay, now, what are those mistakes that you think Adara musicians are making?
Well, I think, I don't know how to, because I don't think I will be marking them. But I just think some of them, they are so eager to make it. And so sometimes you have a lot of songs or albums without a really a hit that will stand. I remember one of the radio station in Victor. Damboju will always say, Adaraba, every album you bring out, I've discovered that there's always a hit track. And maybe because I take some time before bringing out an album, not actually in hurry, even though sometimes I need to be hurry because life does not wait.
Yes.
One of the things I do is when I compose a song, I'm in hurry to be in the studio to deliver because I cannot tell what tomorrow will be. And I want to finish all my songs before I go. So I want to encourage the young ones that they should take their time, anytime, and they should remove pride and self in whatever they do. And if they do that, I'm sure the sky will be the limit.
Amen. Okay. So I have this question right now I would like to ask in a form of game before we continue, even though we're about to close as we're running out of time. So I would like to know, traditional music or modern music?
Gospel music.
Okay. Then I will ask this question before we move into the next one. From my question, I didn't mention gospel. From your answer, you mentioned gospel. So I would like to know the difference between the gospel music and the traditional music and the modern music. Let's have them.
Maybe it's the message.
Okay.
If you listen to all my tracks, they're either trying to make people live in peace and then lead them to the life after. So you hardly hear me talking about my sweet baby, my sweet darling, So I've just chosen to be on my own side, and which is gospel.
Okay.
As I said, I'm an evangelist,
Yes.
so you wouldn't expect anything more than that.
That's it. Okay.
Or else I will receive a lot of questions.
Okay. So I need clarification on traditional music.
I use traditional instruments, there's no doubt about, like the ekpara, which is the popular music that people know me. And I think that's the music that maybe has shoot me more, you know. So it's like using culture to pass my message, the gospel I do.
Okay, that brings me to another question from your answer. Ekpara. So, as a pioneer of Adara music in Adara land, who is a pioneer of Ekpara dance in Adara land?
Musically, I think I should be the pioneer.
Okay.
Because I used to share how it all started.
Okay.
When I listened to South African music far back in Port Harcourt, and I discovered that it was just Adara music. And from there I start up, wax the first track, and from the first track to many medleys that I've done. So I think I should be bold to say I introduce Ekpara music out of the cultural Ekpara.
Okay. Thank you very much. Legacy or fame?
Legacy.
Okay. One word that will describe your music journey.
Well, I don't think, do I have the power to say it?
Yes, just one word that will describe your journey of music.
It has been wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yup! You are my one and only. If you know that you enjoy this particular episode, please kindly do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Adara Connect TV. And if really you loved our program, you can as well follow us on our Facebook, Marvin's Films, or in our TikTok page, Adara Connect TV. We are always there to make you happy. Remember, our duty is to tell our story by ourselves, and to preserve the culture of Adara people, then to shape the future of Adara people. Remember, we are here to teach the world and to tell them this is we and we are Adara. Thank you very much. I love you all. See you next in our next episode. Me Janu.
Sarautar Adara, sarautar mu ne, shi za a bamu, shi muke so. Sarautar Adara, sarautar mu ne, shi za a bamu, shi muke so. Sarautar Adara, sarautar mu ne, shi za a bamu, shi muke so.
Yammatan Adara, me kuke so.
Sarautar Adara, shi muke so.
Yammazan Adara, me kuke so.
Sarautar Adara, shi muke so.
Makayen Adara, me kuke so.
Sarautar Adara, shi muke so.
Mazajen Adara, me kuke so.